Hello, my name is Trevor Colman. I'm a UKIP MEP. That is, I'm a member of the UK Independence Party for the South West, and I currently serve in Brussels and in Strasbourg in the European Parliament.
Now, if your party were a biscuit, what biscuit do you think it would be?
That's quite a question, but I think we would be a shortbread. We would be sweet but strong, crumbly but nice to the taste, and essentially a true biscuit, one that you can trust.
What are the three core aims of your party, would you say, simply?
I can put it better than that. We've got one core aim. It's a very, very simple core aim that no one can possibly disagree with, I would have thought. We believe that the British people should govern themselves without any interference at all, or any conditions or any compromise, and that the people that make the laws that govern us in our land should be people that we elect to Westminster, and that no one else should interfere with the internal workings of this country or the internal activities of the people of this country. That is what we believe in.
How do you explain these aims to young people in your constituency in the South West?
It is very difficult because much of what we know about the European Union has been hidden from us for the last 30 odd years, and so people find it very difficult to accept the enormity of what we say. In order to get the message across, myself and others like me go around to schools and colleges and universities and talk to the students, preferably on a one-to-one basis, so we can have open discussion on this. And you'd be amazed at how quickly the young people pick up the truth of what we're saying.
Do you think more could be done, though, to engage with young people and involve them?
Yes, much more could be done. But it is difficult because young people are busy at that time of their lives trying to get on with their education and with their careers, and I do understand that. But they're also very aware these days, much more than when I was that age, that something drastic is going wrong with our country, and they'd like to know what it is.
Okay, Trevor, I've just handed you some key issues that are going on in the current climate, and what I'd like you to do is rank these from 1 you're most likely to do in power, right down to 5 you're least likely to do when you're in power.
Right. Can I say first of all, before I do that, that in order to be in power and to have any power, political power, we have to take back from the European Union the power that's been given away by our politicians to them. But accepting the fact that we were to be in power, the first one that I would rank above all else is relieving poverty in the third world. I think that's most important, and many times since I've got to this age I've thought I could probably do more better for people by going out and driving a truck and looking after people out there than what I'm doing now. The second thing that needs to be attended to is this so-called developing of the EU. This has got to stop. This is the new Soviet Union in another guise. So we have to rid ourselves of this before we can do any of the other things. Thirdly, without any shadow of doubt, I would withdraw our troops from Iraq and Afghanistan. I don't believe in either of those wars, and I believe precious British blood is being spilt for no good reason. I'm not at all convinced that there is man-made involvement with climate change. I think that this matter needs to be attended to very quickly, but there needs to be an honest and open debate about this. I'm not quite sure in my own mind that we do actually affect the climate of the planet. And finally, I do accept that we need more housing, particularly for young people and for starter homes. But again, we can do nothing to this particular topic until we take back for ourselves the ability to plan and organise ourselves in our own land, and that means leaving the European Union.
Trevor, there's a lot of talk at the moment to do with protectionism. Can you just explain that, and can you just explain whether you think that kind of going back to protectionism would aid the current recession?
I don't pretend to understand very much about the present credit crunch. I've tried to discover for myself precisely why things have happened, and I have to tell you that I'm not totally sure about precisely why things have happened. But protectionism, of course, is where people turn inwards on themselves and try to protect, if you like, their own nations first and foremost. It's interesting to note that almost without any kind of prompting, most of the nations of the world have done this, particularly America. And the answer, I suppose, they're trying to tell us is that first of all, you have to make sure things are okay at home before you can then turn outwards and assist the rest of the world. I can see the sense of this, and because, of course, I'm dead against these large organisational structures like the European Union, I'm not at all sure that protectionism of itself need necessarily be a bad thing, unless it gives rise to extreme nationalism, which again is extremely dangerous. But other than that, I believe this is a phase that we will probably have to go through to come out of this economic crisis.
I've never voted before in a European election. What one sentence would you use to inspire me to do so this year?
Vote for your future. Vote for your freedom. Vote for your ability to decide what you want to make of the world in the years to come. That is what you're voting for in the European election. I think it would be... that's a terrible question. Hang on, you better cut that out. I take it you will cut these things out. A biscuit, God almighty.